Hold on. Okay, tell me if there's sound now. Can you hear me? Okay, all right. Well, this isn't working. I'm going to have to play with this a little better. Hi, Joe. Um, I'll play with that on my own time right now. And there is enough time. There would be enough time if it was really important. And I guess that's why I'm on here today, just to share this, that when, especially if you're a person who gets caught up in the doing world and you aren't necessarily designed to be the kind of person who does and does and does, you the mantra that I use, that you are free to borrow, is there is enough time for everything. And when I really look at my life, like this morning, I was up early doing, actually, I took an hour on Focus Mate, which is my way of organizing and being productive with my linear concept of time. I was up for an hour, just establishing my priorities for the day. And for me, there is enough time for everything that's important. And I'm sure if you look at your own life, you will realize that as well, that when you will naturally gravitate to the things that are most important for you. And if you haven't really paid attention to that and you think that you are pressed for time, step back and take a look at what you're actually filling your minutes and days and hours with. Are you filling your time or filling your concept with time? And that's another point I want to make, that time is kind of an illusion. It's a thing that our minds have to use. It's kind of like partitions that our minds use to be able to make sense of everything that's happening right now. A lot of cardinal energy. Waiting is hard. Mercury is going retrograde today. I know. That's why I wanted to get on really quickly before Mercury. I live in my own personal Mercury retrograde, so that's a different story in itself. But anyway, there is enough time for everything that's important. And are you filling your time with things that really aren't in alignment with your intentions? And for me, that's why it's so important for me to set out intentions. I kind of shy away from linear goal setting, and I'm kind of working with that now, because I'm working with someone, a woman who is very deeply into permaculture and developing balanced ecosystems that kind of run themselves. It's kind of like gardening for projectors, for human design projectors. And that's why I'm interested in it. And she does actually use the SMART goal model for goal setting. So I'm looking at how she actually uses it. But I feel more comfortable when I think about when I really work with just aligning with what's most important. What are my priorities, my inner priorities? Because I am always going to do what is most important for me. And if you really look at your life, you may, and you're really honest with yourself, you may realize that you are always doing what's most important for you, even when you're not doing. Like Sunday, it was Saturday. I was not doing most of the day, which is perfectly good and good for my body and correct for me to do. And it was most important for me to not do at that time, regardless of what chores needed to be done. The things that people would look at and say, well, maybe you ought to put those dishes in the dishwasher or make the bed or whatever it is, or be out walking your dog or whatever it is. There is for me, that was the most important thing. So there is enough time for everything that is most important. So as you look at your life, and that's what I was doing at 7 o'clock this morning. I was looking at my day, looking at my week, looking at my life, and realizing and writing down. Here it is, right here. Here it is. What my top 3 things were for today. If there was nothing else that I got accomplished, what are the 3 things that I would want to see happen in my life that uh, that would make me feel as though I had used my time in a way that's truly in alignment with what's important to me. So along with that, so basically what I did was I did that. I haven't even started my desk work time yet, really. I got a few things done, a few emails done and all that. And then I was out the door because we're building a house. My husband's away. I'm the one that's got to make sure everything goes. So I had to go get door locks and correct some things that I thought were ordered 6 weeks ago. Go and try to catch up with someone else that I needed to catch up with to correct some things. So I was running around all morning. I still have this that I'm working with, and I was thinking, my mind was thinking on the way back, I've got to get back, I've got to get back, I've got to do this, I got to sit down and I've got to get my business work day started. So I got home and it was sunny, and it's really cold out, but it was sunny, and I had been neglecting my dog and our time together because she is one of my main companions. And today I caught myself apologizing to her because we hadn't really been out for a real formal walk in a long time. And I stopped before I even turned on the computer. I said, okay, there is enough time for this because this is important. It's important for my dog's well-being to be out and about and not just in the yard. It's important for me to be with her and also for me to be outside and to be grounded. So there is enough time for this. And that's where you can kind of be a time master. I don't even know what the term is. Would it be a time lord, like in the BBC, with the Doctor Who. I don't know if it'd be, we would be time. We are time lords in that way. We're the lords of our own time. We're the lords of what we perceive as time. And there's and nothing has any meaning, even time, other than the meaning that we attribute to it. So there is enough time because we say it so. There's enough time to walk the dog. There's enough time to take a deep breath. There's enough time to actually create more time, or the feeling of more time and spaciousness in your life. So one of the things that I actually really wanted to do before I started and I shifted gears into my desk work for the day was to stop and meditate. So I want to just kind of do that here if you guys are up for it. And we don't have to do a long one because a long and short is really a concept for our own minds to kind of think that they have control over this thing that doesn't even really exist in all that is. It's just the partitions. Time is that partition that we put in our mind to segment things and to track progress. So we can have a short break right now where we can take some space for ourselves. And wherever you are, just stop and breathe. And notice the feeling of your breath. Notice the sound as you inhale and exhale. And notice the spaciousness that you can feel around you as you relax into this now point of focus. There's nothing that you have to do. Just feel and be. And acknowledge your place right here, right now. And allow your consciousness, your focus, to just spread out within this space that you've opened up. And as you allow that space to continue to expand, just become aware that this is the spaciousness that opens you up to receive what you need to receive in the perfect time that you need to receive it. And just allow what is willing to come to you in this point of focus to just come and be with you in this place where it can unfold. And take another deep breath. And if you have your eyes closed, just open your eyes. And as you move forward in the next point along your linear timeline, just be aware that you can take this spaciousness with you. And this is where that acknowledgement is, that or that space is for you to fill up with what is most important and most aligned for you. So congratulations, you have just created maybe not more time in the mental time frame, but you've created a spaciousness that allows you to align with your timing and align with what is most important in your life. So I think that's it, fellow time travelers. I am going to move on with my day. Thank you for joining me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. We are so close to 1,000 people in our community. And when we get to 1,000, we actually do become an official community. So please come and join us. If you're watching and you just happen to come on because it's a live stream, come and watch some of my videos. I talk about human design, I talk about energy work. I have some other things brewing. Hi, Swati. And when I actually get to meet with Swati about my second Saturn return chart, I may be intentionally rolling some of that out. We'll see how that goes. So have a wonderful day. Enjoy your time as you align with your priorities, and remember that there is enough time for everything that's important. So until the next time, be well.